So just yesterday, Mark Cuban and Charles Hoskinson, the ADA Cardano CEO, had a little bit of a back and forth. Hoskinson was like, "Hey, do you want to come over to the farm and talk about Cardano?" Because Mark Cuban was saying, "Hey, what does this do? What's the utility behind it?" And then Mark Cuban was like, "Look, if you invite me in person, that's kind of a red flag." So Charles said, "Hey, Mark, it's just a friendly invite, but all right, let me tell you what it does." And he listed a bunch of complicated stuff, right? And then he followed that up with a 12-minute video where he simplified it and he said, "Hey, we have vineyards that are named after us, so you can buy wine there. You can go to hotels in Spain that are renamed, and there's multiple things." And then after that, I think there was another. I don't know if it was before or after. After that, he also had sent a tweet saying. Essentially a few more things that they changed, like the smart contracts and stuff like that. I think the issue is that Charles Hoskinson is too intelligent, and he's having a hard time. Mark probably already did his own research and already understands what the guy is saying, especially because he reads a bunch of books on machine learning and AI, and he used to code. He's been around forever. He understands what he's saying, but his question was less a question and more a statement. He was saying, "Hey, I'm rooting for you," but it all comes down to the marketing and the utility. And his personality, he's trying to throw a dog a bone without being, he's being pretty direct, but he's still not saying it in just a crystal clear way. He's not saying, "Hey, look, you need to nail down your elevator pitch in 60 seconds in 2, 3 lines, 300 characters you're allowed to use on Twitter. You need to be able to tell me exactly why I should use this now. And if there isn't a huge reason I should use it now, you should go find some people that can build some apps on your platform that I would want to use that have some real utility, and then come back to me and I'd love to check it out, and then let's talk." So, they do have a bunch of utilities so far. There are a lot of definance apps that are going for Cardano. They're starting with the thing is they're starting with the foundations, and they're trying to essentially build a very good base layer, and the hope is that enough intelligent people will put money towards that smart algorithm and idea that they have, um, so that we don't have scaling issues and inefficiencies like we do with Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff like that, and insane gas fees and all of this. And so he's trying to solve the fundamental issues, and he's looking 20 years ahead. But I think kind of what Mark was getting at was, hey, it's good to solve those issues, but okay, but why am I going to use this today? And that issue is becoming more and more important over the next. There's still going to be a few years to work on the foundations, but within the next 5 years, there's going to be a ton of competition, and in whoever can pitch the highest utility in these different industries, the quickest and easiest, is going to win. And the people that are going to win are not going to be the blockchains and cryptocurrencies that say, "Hey, well, we're just a blockchain and we do everything." Um, you know, there's only going to be one or two of those winners as that base layer protocol. I hope it's Cardano because I'm invested heavily in Cardano. But for that layer one base level protocol, there's only going to be one or two of those, maybe 3, 4 max that we use. Now, for the second layer protocols where it's like, "Hey, we do this, we do this, we do this," that's where, okay, now you need to be really specific and say, "Hey, this is our cryptocurrency. This is the only thing we do." On that second layer, you can't be convoluted and be like, "Hey, we do this and that, da 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 da, build a million things on this second layer." Now, if you have an insane base layer and you're hyper specific and say this is the only thing you do, now that's a formula to really win, because hey, we have the best smart contracts, most efficient platform, so on and so forth, all of these things, and we also know exactly what we want, where we're going, what we're doing. So yeah, that was just an update on what was going on with Charles Hoskinson and Mark Cuban. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments, and I'll see you guys later.